Hey gang, we are back. Alright, again, apologies, I'm just coming off of a bit of a cold, so may sound a little bit on the stuffy side, but thought I'd do some overdue gear videos today. So here I have the Balam neck strap. I believe this is the latest current model. I recommend you watch my Jazz Lab Jazz Holder video. Most of my opinions are more or less the same. To be honest, I naively did not know that this came out of Jack Finucane's shop. And nothing against Jack Finucane per se, but that whole world and model is really not for me. I think, in my opinion, Jack's is a volume distributor. So I don't think the R&D and the quality is necessarily there for me. I appreciate what he's trying to do. He is in a very difficult niche market, and he's done something that not a lot of people have done. However, for me personally, a lot of the stuff coming out of there is lacking quality. Now, the reason that I believe that it is lacking quality is because I have purchased quality things in a similar price point that basically blew his stuff out of the water, particularly the mouth pieces. Again, like the Jazz Holder, there's a lot of stuff happening here. I'm not sure if you can see, there's some things that you can adjust in the back here. These things though, all of them, they're basically ropes, and then there's like a little pulley system attached. None of them hold. I'm shocked at that because, again, I paid $150 for this thing or whatever it was. None of them hold. So I'm not sure what that's about. My sax isn't particularly heavy. Someone mentioned, like it's gonna loosen up over time, so don't think that it's too stiff, and it's always gonna be too stiff. First couple of weeks I played on this thing, it's way too stiff. It's digging, like these are like metal plates inside here. They're digging into my back, hurting my back actually. I just didn't find that it molded very well to my body. I tried playing around a little bit with the hook positioning. The default position seemed to be the best one for me, but again, the ropes didn't hold in whatever position I put them in. So I'm just like, holy crap, like how is this passing quality control? It blew my mind. And then again, the same thing with this little like uber important slider at the bottom that controls how far down the sax hangs. It slides down, it doesn't hold. And it's the same thing. I bought one of those Newberry straps. The same problem, man. So I went back to my $5 like El Cheapo like neck strap that I think I found like a bazillion years ago in a case or something. I don't even know where the thing is from, but it's 1% of the price of this thing, and it just works better. It's, again, too much tinkering for me. I see a lot of guys wearing these. I don't know if it's this variant or another one, or maybe it'll get better with time. It's just for me with my body type, again, I don't know that I have that strange of a body type. I say that, but maybe it's I'm a little bit muscly on the backside. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but for me it's a definite miss. This one was supposed to be a little bit better than the sax holder in terms of transitioning between sitting and standing. But I still found, maybe again it's because of these stiff pieces of metal underneath this leather, that when I sit, and then the sax is off to the side, it's just like digging in there with reckless impunity into my back. It's not balanced. What else can I say? So yeah, when I put it on, you can see there's supposed to be a little space here, and that's supposed to be for my clavicle. I think this is the clavicle. Sorry, school science. And then this comes down, but then the piece of the end of this metal thing just digs into me. So it's either digging in here or it's digging in the back. I tried to play around with it. Again, I couldn't find any way that made sense. If I flatten these things down so that there's no space, it'll either put pressure on my clavicle, which is supposed to be bad, or it's too straight and then it basically does nothing because these pieces are just like flat against my body. Like there needs to be some element of grip for this to make sense. Otherwise, I just have metal on my body. And then you can kind of adjust this type of thing because you don't want it pinching your neck. But again, I have traps, so this kind of doesn't really sit for me. I don't know if I'm just like an uber weirdo, like what am I doing wrong with these like fancy straps, but this is once again a mega miss for me. And you know, I can't help but say this. Chad Brown aside, and you know, nothing against Chad Brown. These are just my opinions. I'm not intending to slander anyone. Chad is a very good businessman, and he is one of the few guys that I have noticed, and this is kind of like a prefix to the next statement that I'm about to make. Chad Brown is one of those guys that you will see using all of the products that he sells, and he uses them live on his shows, on his tours with Chris Body and whoever else. So it's like, okay, cool, like he must really believe in it because he's using it well, or he just doesn't care what he sounds like. But I think the real tell is like, what are like the big guys doing? Like Bob's, I think, is using like a Just Joe's neck strap. All these guys like Chris Potter and them, like you don't see them using fancy contraptions. Like that's when you really know like what is like really comfortable for someone to wear. Like it's one thing for them to like have a video on YouTube of them like wearing it and like showing it and being like, hey, it's really good. It's like, what are they actually using at their concerts and in their like day-to-day like practice room? Like you may not really see that. Again, I'm not using Chad as an example because he's a great businessman and you always see him with the Nexus gear and stuff. But like everyone else, like all the really like, you know, serious players and stuff, don't use this stuff. So anyways, that's my opinion. Sorry, Jack Finucane and Boston Sack Shop, but the Balam neck strap is a huge fail for me. Hey guys, I forgot something that I didn't like about the Balam that was actually really annoying, and I don't understand at all, is how to stop these back ropes from grabbing onto the back of my neck like a normal neck strap. I don't understand how that's even possible. Like, I don't know if me turning around makes this easier to see. When the sax actually pulls, I don't know, maybe this doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, for whatever reason, when the sax is on there, I wasn't able, and even just right now, it's like, it's grabbing something there. It shouldn't be grabbing at the back. That is really this piece, like, or like even this hook. Like what? Like this is a hook. There's a metal hook in here. But that's laying on my muscle. That's like digging into my skin with weight. This is where the weight bearing component is. Like, I don't understand how this passed QC, man. It's baffling.